it just pops up. If it doesn't, it's fine. Okay, so women are good mothers. Let's see. Okay, maybe I better just go and check his thing again. Okay, I'll go back to the comments. So it's and the Prophet ﷺ didn't tell the Sahabi to marry a young girl. He said, why didn't you marry her? Okay, so he said he gets rebuked by the Prophet for why didn't he marry a young girl. So did the Sahabi get rebuked? Sahih Bukhari 5080. Okay, so that's not true either. The Prophet ﷺ didn't rebuke him. He actually praised him, saying that may you have intelligent, boys or children, because he was basically, the Prophet telling him, praising him that he's intelligent for his answer to the question. The Prophet asked him, why didn't you marry a young girl instead of a matron? Because the Sahabi himself was never married, apparently. Okay, he was like a young guy. That's from what I understand. I could be maybe reading too much into it, but I think like he was not married, so he wanted to get married. So why did he marry a matron instead of a young girl? And the Prophet said, you could play with her and she could play with you. Meaning, they would both, learn together basically about, intimate matters, right? So he married a matron so that she could take care of his young sisters. And the Prophet didn't rebuke him for that. He actually praised him. Okay, he made dua for him, saying, may you have, intelligent children. So again, nothing wrong with that. So I want to see the 5082. Just to see what was the exact wording of that. Just among the women of Quraysh, they are the kindest women to their children in their childhood, in their childhood, and the more careful women of the property of their husbands. But I'd rather see the translation, like the Arabic, or let's see. Can I see Hadith on wedlock? The original Hadith is written in Arabic and translated in English and Urdu. Right, so that's the problem we have at the time. The best women are the riders of the camels and the righteous among the women of Quraysh. From what I can see here, it's saying, and the righteous among the women of Quraysh. So they are the kindest women to their children. And it could be that the Prophet ﷺ was specifically talking only about the Arabs. Okay, Khairun nisa'in rakibna ajala salihu nisa'an Quraysh. Okay, so basically the Prophet's Quraysh tribe. أحناته على والد في سراره Quraysh tribe. أحناته على والد في سراره. The thing is, the Prophet ﷺ, he used to praise different groups of people for different traits, right? Like he said, ﷺ, in one hadith that Iman is from Yemen, or something like that, or something else about Sham, people from Sham, or so. And he praised, the Ansar are like they were the helpers, and then Allah also forgave the people of Badr, right? The people of Badr who had participated. So like the Mujahideen of Badr. So there are many hadiths, and I don't really have a problem with it. I know that haters are going to have a problem with anything that they read, even if they're lying. And this guy obviously has already lied about some stuff, right? So they did not know how to be a Muslim at all. They don't even understand the Quran. They can't even give 4 witnesses for any of their hadiths. Where does it say that you have to have 4 witnesses for a hadith? Quran doesn't say you need 4 witnesses for a hadith, does it? So again, while Allah has challenged for such like them to give 4 witnesses, the Prophet says given 4 witnesses, for example. So do those hadithers, okay, so this guy's anti-hadith, no better than Hafs, of course not. And their slanders against him aren't justified. And Sahih Bukhari 5087 is a clear slander, calls a woman naked and a man with 1 pants. Moreover, claims that the Prophet looked at her. What? This guy is insane. Oh my God, please, I bet you anything he's reading it in English, has no clue what he's talking about. He doesn't know Arabic. It says a man asked the messenger to marry her. Yeah, okay, correct. And then he asked what he can give. So the Prophet asked him, and he said he could not give her anything. So I would have to go again to the hadith to see exactly what happened. But anyway, it doesn't say it's underwear. It's just like, okay. Another weird false claim. Like these people just, I don't know where they get their claims from. You're reading the hadiths yourself, you know the actual number, and then you're just twisting it. And he's not making clear like who is saying what. So Prophet ﷺ told him, if she's wearing it, you would have nothing on you, and if you're wearing it, she would not have nothing on her. Okay, meaning it's a cloth which is like, these cloths that it's like a covering cloth, like it's almost like a sheet or a blanket. So basically, it doesn't matter. You could buy one in the market, a cloth, and it could be either for men or women. Like it's just a regular cloth. It's not like something that is like a dress or something. And it's definitely not like a piece of underwear. Okay, I can go on and on. I'm sure you could. So who's lazy? I read 40 hadith in Bukhari, book 67. Oh, so he's saying I said he was lazy. I can go on reading. I can debunk all those 40 hadiths, which I read yesterday. You're so funny. So what is the problem that the Prophet ﷺ didn't know what are the contents of this person's house, and he told him look for a ring. Second time, okay, even if it's an iron ring, meaning it's not valuable. I can't even read this. What happened? Close. Oh my gosh. Okay, forget this. I totally went somewhere else different. Sahih Bukhari 5087. Okay, 5082. We're back. Now I have to go search it. Okay. He looked at her carefully and fixed his glance on her and then lowered his head. So where does it mention that she has no clothes on? When the lady saw that he did not say anything, she sat down. A man from his companions got up and said, "O Allah's apostle, if you are not in need of her, then marry her to me." Prophet ﷺ said, "Have you got anything to offer?" The man said, "No, by Allah, O Allah's apostle." Prophet ﷺ said to him, "Go to your family and see if you have something." The man went and returned, saying, "No, by Allah, I have not found anything." Allah's apostle said, "Go again and look for something, even if it is an iron ring." Okay, so what is the problem that the Prophet ﷺ didn't know what are the contents of this person's house, and he told him look for a ring. Second time, okay, even if it's an iron ring, meaning it's not valuable. Okay, he went again and returned, saying, "No, by Allah, O Allah's apostle, I could not find even an iron ring." Later on, iron rings were actually like forbidden, and it should be made from like something else or silver. He went again and returned, saying, "No, by Allah, O Allah's apostle, I could not find even an iron ring, but this is my izar, waist sheet." So clearly it says here waist sheet, right? Izar, like I said. He had no rida. He added, so rida is like the shoulder covering, like the shirt or something, like an upper body cloth. Okay, he added, "I give half of it to her." Okay, so he said, "I would give half of it to her." So the point is, if he gives her half of a cloth, he'll have half a cloth and she'll have half. So neither of them would have a whole cloth. So what can he do with it? So that's why the Prophet says, she would be naked or you would be naked. No, she would be naked or you would be naked. Like there's no point. If you wear it, she will be naked, and if she wears it, you will be naked. It doesn't mean that Prophet's saying she literally has no other clothes, because obviously she is not walking around naked. Allah, this guy, come on. You don't become naked when you get married and give your wife a gift. What happens here is that the cloth would not fit either one of them because it would be half a cloth. Okay, that's what it said in the translation that I just read. Okay, so that's it. So he tells him to memorize, teach her a surah. Okay, so the Prophet, he was exposed with his semen on his cloth. So having semen on your clothing or a cloth or your izar is being exposed. It means you're a bad person. What are you going on about, man? Like seriously. So I have no problem with any of these hadiths. If you have a problem with it, you have a problem with your religion. Okay, you have a problem. Period. A big problem. Okay, so you better get help with that. Okay, and that's my comment. Okay, I'm just gonna go close my video. And thanks for watching.